And we begin tonight with the power concerns for California during this heat.
Yeah, just seconds ago, a flex alert ordered by the state's power grid manager ended, but another one has already been ordered for tomorrow. The state's power grid manager has been calling for every Californian to try to find ways to conserve power in order to avoid any rolling blackouts.
But with another very warm night tonight and more extreme heat tomorrow, we are certainly not out of the woods yet. Just before 6 o'clock tonight, Cal ISO declared an emergency alert, an energy alert in stage 2. That means we were just one step away from rotating blackouts. Fortunately, they were able to bring in enough power, and Californians have been helping with some strong conservation. And
Cal ISO has already issued an energy emergency watch for tomorrow night between 5 and 9 p.m. Grid operators say they expect energy deficiencies in the system, so this would allow the state to import any more needed energy.
We have team coverage for you of both the heat and the power concerns. We start with our meteorologist Heather Waldman and that record heat today. Heather.
Yeah, there were several records all up and down Northern California, whether it be a daily record, a monthly record, and some locations even tying their all-time record high for any point in the year. Those two locations, Sacramento Executive Airport, which got to 115 this afternoon, and Stockton, which actually broke its all-time high temperature record. That was 111. It is now 112 degrees. Modesto also set a daily record, and Marysville made it all the way up to 113. Look at Fairfield, 116 today. That is typically one of the cooler spots, but of course, you don't need me to tell you, there's no Delta breeze with a temperature spread like that. And look at this, we're still in the upper 80s to low 90s even at this hour, so it's not going to cool down very much tonight. We're expecting lows in the mid to upper 70s, which will set the stage for more potential record heat as we go through the day tomorrow. Here's a look at the winds. Not happening in Sacramento or in Stockton. Slight breeze for you in Fairfield. Today we had the north wind there. So tomorrow, with the expected high heat in the afternoon, the very warm morning, it'll be another weather alert day. We'll also have to watch the air quality and that fire risk. We'll talk more about that in a little bit.
All right, Heather, thank you. And with tomorrow's energy emergency watch, Californians are being asked to conserve even more when the demand is highest.
KCRA 3's Melanie Ringo has more now, just how close we could be to these rolling blackouts and how you can help prevent them. Melanie.
Cal ISO says it doesn't want to have to resort to rolling blackouts or rotating outages, as they're called. That's why we're all being asked to pay close attention to when we operate our major appliances, like our dishwashers, also our washers and our dryers. And it also wants to pay close attention to how we are using our air conditioning systems.
Extremely high temperatures lasting for several days at a time across California, a potential recipe for power problems.
This is a really challenging heat wave.
UC Berkeley energy professor and Cal ISO Board of Governors member Severin Borenstein explaining the state's energy grid is seeing a massive spike in demand for power.
We are really running much closer to the edge than anyone wants to.
That translates to way more megawatts of power being used than usual.
On a normal summer day in California, the system demand is about 30,000 megawatts. On these super peak days, it's about 50,000 megawatts.
That's why Cal ISO, the nonprofit organization that operates the state's power grid, has asked all Californians to conserve during recent flex alerts. Participation isn't mandatory, but Cal ISO strongly urges people to do their part.
We're not asking people to shut off their air conditioning. We're asking them to adjust it by a few degrees.
Bump it up to 78 degrees during the flex time between 4 p.m. and 9 or sometimes 10 p.m.
Air conditioning is the biggest factor by far. So if you can adjust your air conditioning up a few degrees, you will be making a huge contribution to helping us get through this.
Borenstein also says avoid running major appliances like the dishwasher, washing machine, or electric dryer during the flex alert, and wait until power is plentiful, like during the day or overnight, to charge electric vehicles.
Those are the big ticket items that can really change things.
The focus of our conservation needed during those peak hours when people are home from work and it's dark outside, so we're not getting solar power.
We have plenty of power before 4 p.m. People can do whatever they want, including pre-cooling their house. with their air conditioning before 4 p.m.
Timing is everything, Bornstein explains. In this case, everyone doing a little bit can go a long way.
If everybody would save 10% of their normal electricity use between 4 and 10 p.m., we would have no problem.
And back out here live, you can see it's after 10 o'clock, so the thermostats at the station here are now down below 78. Cal ISO is stressing if we do see rotating outages at some point this week, they are different from public safety power shutoffs. Rolling blackouts are for brief windows of time, and they last about an hour or 2 hours, and they go community by community. Now, a public safety power shutoff is used when there's, say, extreme fire risk, and those can last much longer, and they will stay in effect until that fire danger has passed. So there's a big difference between the public safety power shutoff and a rolling blackout situation. Edie and Golston, back to you.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Thanks, Melanie. Well, the state had some help in getting the lights on, keeping them on today from Roseville and Yuba City. The Department of Water Resources diverted 4 generators in those locations today to the state power grid. That provided the state with 120 megawatts of electricity. It's the first time the generators were activated since they were installed last year.
People across the region are doing their best to deal with this heat.
Yeah, while many have opted to stay at home on this Labor Day holiday, some still decided to make their way outside. In case Area 3's Orko Manna is live outside in Sacramento right now, and I'm guessing still feeling pretty warm out there.
That's right, Galveston. It's past 10 p.m. and it's still very warm outside. Although it's not the official temperature, this bank sign shows that it is 91 degrees right now. People across the area telling us they're doing their best to stay cool. Serving up scoops of ice cream on a scorching Sacramento day.
Do you want to take a bite? Yummy!
People of all ages trying to beat the heat inside Salt and Straw at the ice blocks, but after stepping outside to feast on the flavors.
It's a mint chocolate chip.
Mine's a vanilla caramel swirl.
A strawberry, honey, balsamic pepper.
There are only mere minutes before the melting begins for both the ice cream and the customers.
No matter how cold the ice cream is, you can't get over how hot the seats are. It's super hot in Sacramento right now. We're melting, so thank God we came for ice cream.
Triple-digit temperatures driving many to the brand new ice cream shop for Labor Day, the Portland-based chain opening their first Sacramento location this weekend.
We manifested this heat, I believe.
General Manager Philip Hernandez telling me sales are off to a stellar start.
The lines have been nonstop since the moment we opened. People are not afraid of the heat. If anything, the heat has given people a reason to come on out.
And when spending time outdoors, these customers come prepared.
I try to stick to the shade. I dress appropriately, wear a hat, wear lots of sunscreen, sunglasses, drink a lot of water.
In these conditions, there is the chance of getting heat exhaustion or heat stroke, which have already led some people to area hospitals.
We are seeing a few little bump in the number of heat-related illnesses.
Dr. Jeff Rogerson, an emergency physician at Kaiser Permanente, South Sacramento, says if you start feeling sick or confused, get out of the sun, use a wet towel or mist fan, and even put ice packs under your armpits.
They can make a big difference because, it's those first few minutes where people are going to be in the biggest trouble, and you can make the biggest turnaround to stop the damage.
Many around town deciding to stay inside Monday with popular spots such as McKinley Park calm and quiet. Only this duo braving the brutal heat.
Feels like a hot Bikram class, a hot yoga class, even worse, about 10 degrees hotter.
The goal to chill out one way or another.
Hope everyone gets a chance to find their own way to stay cool, and this is working for us.
Of course, a big tip is to hydrate. Make sure you have plenty of water with you this week, especially if you have to work outdoors. Reporting live in Sacramento tonight, Orko Manna, KCRA 3 News.